Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about QNT. So QNT, I did warn you that if we break out of this ascending channel, it could escalate the acceleration to the downside, which it is doing now, and already warned you that it's not unlikely anymore that we are going to break the wave 4 or the then wave 4 low here of around 126.40, and that we would also be able to cut into the price region of the wave 1, which makes this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern invalid. So I'm going to take it off the chart. The risk here was already highlighted with the orange support area because it is a more risky one, a risky turnaround area, yeah, which means probabilities weren't that high anymore after it already broke below 131.14. So hopefully that was a good heads up. So I take that box out now because it will just mess up the chart. And what we now need to be prepared for is a possible drop into the wave 2 support area. So what is now going on? So we have the following possibilities. We have the possibility to say that the 5-wave move to the upside into October was of course a wave 1. Then we can still say that the move down here was a wave 2 that was in into November. And then we could still say we are now in the, somewhere it is, in the 3rd wave, yeah, on track to delivering this to $400 plus, but not in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but in a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup. This is possible, and this is still very bullish. In this situation, oops, yeah, in this situation, we would not reach that green support area down there. So I want to give you the support areas for these two possibilities, and will also tell you my primary expectation. Need to see a little bit in the next few days how this is going to unfold, and then maybe the microstructure is going to give me more of a clue about in which scenario we are actually heading, yeah. Because what I would hate is that you're waiting for $94 and set your orders there and think that we definitely will get there, and then it turns around at 100. Okay, so we're going to talk about these options now and these possibilities. So broke out of the trend channel, I'm taking that out now. So the possibility for the scenario that that we are here in a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup is, so let me just show you that. So we can then say that this here was a wave 1. This here was a wave 2 as we had it, right? And that the move to the upside here is also a 1, 2. I have to show you that option because it is valid as well. Yeah, we cannot ignore it. So in this scenario, we would not most likely get into the 94, well, we won't go into the $94 area and below. But we have a very well-defined support area for that. So I'm going to show you that on this chart now. So for this support area, we are going to take the length of this wave 1, and we look for the wave 2 pullback area. So here I need to adjust the wave 2, wave 2, wave 2. We keep it on the here. So in this particular count, we have a good chance to come down to $114. This would be the first major support. I mean, we're now at the 61.8. Looking at the subwave structure in this particular scenario, this could be, I mean, if we look at, let me just see. It could be an ending diagonal, an expanding ending diagonal, but then even here I would expect it to head a bit lower. So probably in this scenario an A, B, C structure So ideally, the 114.60 level. I would just be watching. By the way, I'm taking the 50% level out because it was broken anyway already. So it's a bit pointless to have that on the chart. But we've already reached the golden ratio. So for this 1-2 setup, this would be the next support, 114.60. Also, I would not rule out or disregard completely the $100 level. I mean, don't necessarily expect a turnaround there, but maybe a temporary bounce if we get down there, okay? So I would look at that already in terms of maybe seeing a reaction. Now the 1-2-1-2 is not necessarily, you know, highest confidence, but it is a valid setup. 1-2-1-2. I cannot ignore that. Okay. Right, and then so basically with the idea that we had here a wave 1, here a large wave 2, the 1-2 would be basically part of the same scenario. And then now I'm going to make that blue the count at least, because otherwise, you know, we get mixed up with the yellow count, which is what we had so far as the alternative, okay? So the yellow count is obviously what we already have been talking about, what I've highlighted throughout, that there's still a significant risk that this wave 2 here of end of November, middle of November, was actually never finished due to just the short length of it. Yeah, it was so short. So we always were looking at the idea that this move down could have been an A wave because it looks so impulsive. We moved up in a B wave, even though I would have liked to see a larger B wave, which, to be honest, is also still possible. So could always become a larger B wave, but even then I would expect it to head down quite strongly first, due to the 3-wave nature of that. So what always could happen, just to show you, is that this move to the upside was an A wave. I'm just showing you options here, that we are now moving down in a B wave and would then move up once more in a C wave, and this would finish off the B wave. So basically the B wave that we had here could then finish up here somewhere. This will at some point become unrealistic. I think it will become unrealistic above $198, so it wouldn't necessarily go up that high. So this could also still be possible, yeah? A, B, C. But this is currently not what we want to be watching out for. This will then become, again, the focus when we turn around. Similar as we had it here, yeah, where I told you when we see weakness in this area, when we rallied up here, I gave you a target, we had confluence here, and I said, when we get into this area, we need to be watching for weakness. And yeah, this is exactly where we are, where I kept you warned about this possible dip. Okay, but the idea would then be that we're coming down in a C wave, and then we could say in this count, in the yellow count, we had here possibly a wave 1. This was then a wave 2, and we now do something like this. And I'm going to add that to the yellow count here. Oops, I wanted to do that yellow. So these are the possibilities, okay? Which one is now primary? Which one is primary? It's still until, I would say until in let me see. See, this would be completely different to what many other coins are doing, but the decline currently would suggest it. So I'm going to leave this the alternative at the moment. Want to see how we react to the 114.60 level, but I'm quite confident we should get there. And as long as we hover above 114.60, I will leave the 1-2-1-2 setup the primary, just because the market has put it into the advantage at the moment, just because we are in this support area for now. I would say this turnaround area is only something for the brave ones, because I don't see any trend change yet, but we need to be watching how we react to the 114.60 60 level, I would expect some kind of a reaction to it. We need to see how we then react. And if we break above 148.29, I would say we have confirmation for the 1-2-1-2 setup. Yeah. So this is sort of what we need to be watching out for now. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.